It's a wave that missed a quickie, oh yeah.
Last month, we looked at Michael Jones from the Inspiring Philosophy channel here on YouTube, talking about how the brain works. Or rather, doesn't. In part of that video, I responded to Michael talking about how the fight or flight response kicks in when someone's beliefs are challenged, and how many of us who leave the faith behind no longer experience that kind of philosophical panic. For many years, I had to deal with someone who, because of an early childhood trauma, had developed a mental illness, which caused them to live almost continually in what a psychologist called survival mode. This person basically lived constantly in Michael's world of fight or flight. Almost everything was a potential threat. One of the results of which was an inability to think beyond the present moment. If this person imagined themselves in a threatening situation, whether it was or not, they would say whatever they needed to say in that moment to alleviate the currently imagined threat. It didn't matter if there was sincere intent or any truth behind what this person was saying. All that mattered was getting through that present moment intact. Take a look at these two clips featuring Christian excusagist Braxton Hunter, responding to the critique that the Kalam cosmological argument, even if sound, gets you only to a cause of the universe, not a god, and certainly not the tribal war god of Abraham.
Look, when you say, oh, you just jumped from there's a cause to the God of Christianity exists, or in this case, an Abrahamic God, that's not what we're doing. Please stop saying that.
Now watch Braxton nod along in complete agreement as Christian excusagist Mike Winger says that exact thing.
We have to realize, too, it doesn't get you all of Scripture and all of the Christian doctrine. But I'm sorry, if you're atheist and you now have a description of God that fits the Bible, although it doesn't affirm everything the Bible affirms yet, it fits the Bible. I'm like thinking, how is this not a big win? How is this not a wonderful thing? I've ruled out a bunch of other religious views. I've isolated it down to a handful of like Abrahamic religions.
I have to thank James Fodor for that little bit of hypocrisy. Check out his channel, creatively titled James Fodor. Low Bar Bill, William Lane Craig, spent years writing a book showing that the Adam and Eve story, including the trees of life and knowledge, are mytho-history. The story never happened. These trees, they never existed, according to Bill. And then, when someone who read Bill's book wrote in wondering if this means God, instead of creating a perfect world, created a world filled with death, Bill responded by saying no because, and I'm quoting here, that shouldn't be taken to imply that God intended for death to be part of his design for the universe in the first place. For according to the story, God had given Adam and Eve the tree of life to rejuvenate them for as long as they wished. Hashtag Mytho-history. If you're living continually in a world of fight or flight, if you need an existential security blanket, and that blanket is a set of cascading, dependent, tenuous beliefs which have to be true, supported, defended, and kept from doubt, I guess you'll say just about anything in the moment. Whatever it takes to keep those beliefs protected, right? Yeah, I do remember that life, and I'm so glad I've left it behind. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching.